So I wanted to talk about a couple different things that I put in my hospital bag. I did watch a bunch of YouTube videos prior to actually going into the hospital, and I found that a lot of those videos were true, but some of them I didn't find the items that they listed were necessary.
For you, I'll be there for you, 'cause that's what I'm supposed to.
So a couple of the items that I found were useful in the hospital after delivery were, at first when the baby is born, you don't necessarily use any of the outfits that you bring. I did find that after a little while I did want to start putting her in some cute little outfits that I had brought when the family has arrived to visit with her. I only brought a couple of outfits like this. This is actually the outfit that Kylie had come home in. I brought, I think, 2 of those outfits, and then other than that, I didn't find that any of the other stuff that I had brought for her other than an outfit for the photos, I didn't feel like any of those other outfits were necessary to bring. Now, I did bring some other items for Kylie, and I didn't feel they were completely necessary, so a couple of outfits was just about the only thing that I needed for her. The hospital that I had delivered in did not provide pacifiers. I did find that you just delivered a baby and you are extremely tired, and I know that some people don't necessarily want to start the pacifier trend, but I did go ahead and start that. Another item that I found useful for Kylie when we were in the hospital was the Boppy Pillow. Now, if you don't know what a Boppy Pillow is, this is the Boppy Pillow. You wrap it around your waist like this, and it's very helpful for when you are nursing baby. You are just now learning to nurse the baby. You're not fully in the swing of things. You're extremely tired, so it does help with holding up your arms, and it helps just lay the baby perfectly. Another reason I found that the Boppy Pillow was useful was for when I had visitors come. I have a lot of little cousins, and I also have a lot of nieces and nephews on my boyfriend's side. Now, when they would hold the baby, I felt more comfortable when they would wrap this around them and hold Kylie in the sling of this. Another item that I found helpful with Kylie, not necessarily helpful, but that I did want to bring, was her outfit to take pictures in. The hospital provided pictures. They had someone come in and take pictures of Kylie, and I actually had brought the outfit that I came home in from the hospital when I was born, and I wanted to start that tradition with my family. So I put Kylie in the outfit and we did take the pictures. I didn't find it was necessary to buy packages through the hospital. They are very expensive. I did want to at least buy one small package, so what I did was I bought a pack of 2 5x7 photos. And then from there, they actually allowed my boyfriend Stevie and my aunt and uncle were actually there visiting at the time. They allowed them to take pictures as well with their phones. So we took those photos and we actually uploaded them onto our computer, and then we went onto a website and we printed them off for her birth announcements. Now, when you are preparing for baby, I know that you are thinking that you are going to want to put makeup on and you're going to want to have a bunch of outfits and you want to look good for the visitors, but in reality you just had a baby and you don't necessarily feel terrible, but you are exhausted. When I went into delivery, I went in at I left my house at 1:30 a.m. I arrived at the hospital at 2:15. And then from there, I had no time to even think about anything. My delivery was absolutely amazing. It was so fast. By 7:39, Kylie was here. The day before, actually, I woke up at 6:30 a.m. and still never slept. I was in labor on and off throughout the entire day on Thursday. And because of being in labor, I was unable to fall asleep. Therefore, once it came to 1:30 in the morning on Friday morning, I still was unable to sleep. I was so uncomfortable. I ended up waking my boyfriend up and we went to the hospital right away. During labor, I was not able to sleep either, and then once I got the epidural, we basically started pushing right away. And then after she was born, both my parents and Stevie's parents were there to visit with Kylie, and I was not able to get any sleep. They stayed there for quite a few hours, and then from there we also had extended family come to the hospital and visit with Kylie and ourselves as well. So I did not sleep for, I would say, roughly 40 to 48 hours. So what I'm getting at is, I know that you think that bringing a cute outfit to visit in is going to be a nice thing to have and you'll feel better about yourself, but in reality, and this might be different for someone else, but for myself, I did not feel like changing at all. The second I was able to change out of the hospital gown that I was provided, I changed right away. They told me not to change instantly because you are bleeding for quite a while. Now, once I did change, I wore a hospital gown that I had actually bought at Walmart. I think it was $16, and I got a hospital gown and a robe that came with it. And this is the hospital gown. It just slips right over. It's a tank top. It's easy, so easy for nursing. And then here is the robe that it came with. Now, this isn't the exact one that I had in the hospital, but once I came home from the hospital, I actually went out and bought a couple different other sets, because even after being home and settled in, I only felt comfortable in something that was loose fitted. I did not want anything around my waist, nothing around my chest, because I had my milk come in, and I wanted anything to make it so easy for me to be able to breastfeed. Okay, so another item that I found useful, and I did find this on other YouTube channels as well, that they thought it was useful as well. I brought a pair of slippers. Now, I bought these at the dollar store. They were, I think, $6. I know, even though it's a dollar store, they do have things that are more expensive. Now, I found these useful because when I'm laying in a hospital bed, I don't want to wear shoes. And you're in and out of bed, you need to use the restroom or just get up and walk around. And I personally didn't want to just wear socks around in the hospital, and I definitely didn't want to be barefoot. I personally did not feel it was sanitary to be walking around on a hospital floor. I know that they clean the floors very well with having sick people, but that's just in my opinion, and I wanted to have something on my feet. Now, they're just slip-on slippers. They stretch out, and you just slip them on. They were so useful, and I still, to this day, I do use them. Another item that I found was going to be useful in the hospital, or that I wanted to have at the hospital, was Kylie's baby book. I did buy a baby book during my pregnancy, and actually the week I had Kylie, I was due on May 17th. And on May 18, we were trying to walk Kylie out, my grandma and I were, and we were downtown, and we went to a little shop that I knew about that had some baby items, and I found two items that I really loved. And I found a stuffed animal that I loved, and I actually ended up going with the stuffed animal because I already had a baby book. Now, my grandma took that into consideration, and she actually bought me the baby book later on during that week, and she brought it to the hospital. So I had both baby books in the hospital. This was the stuffed animal that I had chosen over the baby book. Now, I know that a stuffed animal isn't necessary, but I did pick the stuffed animal only because I already had a baby book, so there was no need for another one. I thought this would be super cute for Kylie to have, and it's a very flat, if you can tell. I'm not sure if you can tell in the video or not. It's a flat stuffed animal, so I figured it'd be cute for her to cuddle up in. Now, I did choose that, and then I got to the hospital, and my grandma brought me the baby book. Now, the reason I wanted a baby book there was because they do footprints and handprints, and that way you can just record certain things like the weight, the length, everything about the delivery that you want to if you have time. So right away when they were doing Kylie's footprints, I had them take my book out and they printed on her page as well. So that was very nice because it was just moments after she was born, so I have that and it's now in her baby book. Another item that you want to definitely make sure that you have is your purse, your insurance cards, and your ID. Now the second that I went into the hospital and I was brought upstairs to the delivery floor, they asked me for my insurance card and my ID. Now, anything else in my purse I didn't necessarily use. I did have contacts in my eyes, and they actually started bothering my eyes almost instantly when I was laying in the room, so I took those out right away. Other than that, I didn't need anything else in my purse, so really you just need your insurance card and ID. Now if I keep looking down, it's because I have a list of things that I'm going off of. Another item is I brought an extra pillow for Stevie because mom gets the bed, obviously, after delivery, and when you're sleeping, Dad needs somewhere to sleep too, and I wasn't sure if they would have pillows. Now, they did have a million pillows for us to use, but Stevie did use the pillow that we had brought, so that was just convenient to have, and I think it's just out of comfort. It's something for him to have. The moment we went into the hospital, I had woke Stevie up at 1:30 in the morning, and he packed a bag right away. Just in case, just so that he had something to change into, just in case. He brought a couple of t-shirts, shorts, whatever. As for toiletry items, I didn't use anything. I know that kind of sounds terrible, but I delivered at 7:39 a.m. and I left the next day at 5:30 p.m. Now, I didn't even brush my teeth, I didn't take a shower, I didn't do nothing. I literally stayed how I went in. I did bring makeup. I never put an ounce of makeup on. I thought for sure I was going to try and look cute, you know, everyone's taking pictures, but you're in the moment, you just had your baby, you just want to stare at your baby and hold him or her close, and the last thing on your mind is putting on makeup. And I know that some women do that, and I have nothing against that, but in the moment, I was just not comfortable with putting makeup on, and I had so many family members in and out of the hospital that I really didn't even have the chance to put that. So that night that I went in, I had my hair up in a messy bun, and I had just a thick, stretchy headband on my head, and I kept my hair like that the entire time. I kept fixing my messy bun. Other than that, I would just suggest having some sort of headband to keep your hair out of your eyes and away from your face, just so that you're more comfortable. I didn't do my hair at all other than the messy bun, so I do suggest bringing a headband and a hair tie just in case, because you never know when you're going to go into delivery. So it just happened to be I was at home and I was able to put my hair up and put a headband on. I wasn't worried about what my hair looked like because I was in so much pain for my contractions that I just wanted to get up and get out of the house, get to the hospital, and get my epidural as soon as I could. So a few items that I think that are definitely not necessary to bring when you are going in to deliver your baby is, for myself, like I had said in a previous video of what to bring to the hospital, I brought so many clothes for myself. I brought different shirts, I brought different leggings and pants, shorts, pajama pants. I was not sure what I was going to want to wear in the hospital, and the way that I was thinking at the beginning during my pregnancy was, might as well have it rather than not have it. And that's definitely not true, because your parents or his parents or even he can go grab something for you if you really needed something. For my next baby, I most definitely will not bring anything outfit wise other than a nightgown and a robe. I liked the robe because when visitors were coming in, I did pull that over myself, just to cover up a little bit more other than having a nightgown. And also another item is diapers and wipes. I never used any of the diapers and wipes that I brought for Kylie. The hospital did provide those items, and I just used those items rather than wasting what I could use at home. So I read up on a lot of different websites, and I watched many YouTube channels as well, and they had said to bring pads. Now, after delivering a baby, you do bleed for quite a while, and actually quite a bit at the beginning of everything. So I brought pads just in case. Now, the hospital provides that for you. They also have, the hospital that I delivered for actually took diapers, size 1 diapers, and they ripped them open. They slid in ice, and they were ice packs. Those were the most comfortable for me because you are in a little bit of pain after delivering a baby, and it just felt more comfortable. I never once opened the package that I had brought of pads. Another thing is underwear. I brought a few pairs of underwear because I wasn't sure how many days I was going to be in the hospital. The hospital does provide underwear for you. They are like boycott underwear. They are almost like a mesh material, and those were the most comfortable because they are so loose fitting, and I just stayed in their underwear. They're not cute, and I was not worried about being cute in the hospital whatsoever. I did bring a few burp cloths and receiving blankets as well, and they actually provide receiving blankets, so I never even used one of mine. I think I did for a picture maybe, and other than that, I would just use what they have, let them wash them. You're not able to take those receiving blankets home, so just keep whatever you have receiving blanket wise at home for when you get home from the hospital. So I actually, going into the hospital, I was really technically only in the hospital for 24 hours. I know that some other women have gone in, and they've gone in there for hours, even just for labor. I had a very good delivery, and I'll go through that in another video I'll make. But with me only being there for 24 hours, I didn't need a whole lot. I did bring a ton, and actually during my pregnancy I redid my hospital bag about 1,000,000 times. I would watch a new YouTube channel, and they would have 1,000,000 things, and I'm like, oh, I really need that, and chances are you're really not going to need that item. With being there only for 24 hours, I really only used the Boppy Pillow, the baby book, only for the footprints, a cute outfit for Kylie. I literally stayed in the robe and nightgown the entire time I was in the hospital for myself. I didn't even change out when I went to leave. I know a lot of women like to bring a going home outfit, and I did not even change into anything. Like I said earlier, I did not want anything around my waist, and I did not want anything around my stomach. My stomach felt kind of funny because you had a baby there for 9 months, 10 months, and now it's gone, and everything is just mushy, and it does not feel right to have anything on your stomach. So a loosely fit nightgown was absolutely perfect for me, and I felt most comfortable in that. Another item was the just little footy pajamas for baby to lay around in. Now the hospital does provide outfits that wrap around them, and they were very useful for the first few hours, and we did use those for quite a while. And then the receiving blankets, they actually provided that as well as diapers and wipes. So we just used all of their items that they provided. I did bring those items just in case, because I wasn't sure, and I had never delivered before. This is my first child.